There we go. Now you make magnetized ferrite. Really, it's just a giant ferrite farm, is what this is. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to No Man's Sky, episode 151, where we're going to be working on our base for really real this time, and we're going to start right off the bat with some decorations because we got all this wonderful star silk sitting here, and I think, hold on, so it will take items from my exocraft inventory when I'm at the refiner, but not when I'm constructing decorations, if you insist. But let's go with something like... I think that chair looks the best. We got some ships landing. No, that's what I want, is that chair. A couple of consoles. I was thinking something here like... maybe a decal. I'm sort of a big fan of this blue thing. It's not really a flame, but... oh, it's because that refiner, it doesn't want to really put it up on the wall with the refiner there. But I might be able to do it on both sides like that. I do like that. That's pretty neat. We can go with some more colored lights. I feel like every time I swing by here, I should be looking to purchase all of the paraffinium that this place has to offer. It might even be worth taking a trip. Might even be worth taking a trip down to the nearest trade area. Like a trade outpost. So they might have a lot more paraffinium for sale. And if that's the case, that could get us past this hump of having to deal with trying to get the rest of the pieces on our ship repaired. Okay, let's boost up out of here. Let's see what we have. So, magnetized ferrite, plenty of that. So the first thing we want to do, we're going to build an assembly line. And this is for base manufacturing. So we've got indium and chromatic metal. That's going to give us indium. Lots of it. Which means over here, we can use indium with ferrite dust for magnetized ferrite. Right. So over here, what we're going to do is to use that magnetized ferrite and the no, not this. So here what we're going to do is we're going to take pure ferrite, which we don't really have that much of. I think if we go ferrite dust with oxygen, we end up in the same boat where we get rusted metal. But that's at a 1-to-1. Change this to pure ferrite. That's a 1-to-1 to pure ferrite. I think what we need to do is take one of these rare metal elements out of here. Put them in our inventory, right? So we can stock up on pure ferrite. Because the idea is that this is going to be a massive assembly line that infinitely fills itself back up. So over here, we're taking pure ferrite and oxygen to get a really good exchange rate at rusted metal. And over here, we're going to take the rusted metal and start processing it into ferrite dust. And that gives us over here... Well, we need to process this one last time. But that's when we're going to start doing condensed carbon into oxygen. And it looks like we need to harvest some more oxygen from our harvesters out here. So we can go ahead and do that right now. I guess ideally this would be on a deck. I wouldn't have to come down here for this. I think they just have to be outside, but we should be able to put them on like a little deck. Like an open air deck. I'm trying to think of the slickest way to do that. So I know we want to get our storage up and running. I think that's going to be an important part of the base. Ideally, we wouldn't have to come down on the ground really for anything. So we could move the exocraft station. We could move all of that up here. So let's... So what would a deck look like? If we tried to make a deck here... Structures, door... We could put one of these doors, right? And then let's go for basic components, wood... So it doesn't really want to snap to that, but this isn't a hallway. You notice that, right? This isn't a hallway at all. So we'd have to go with a hallway. Of course, we're going to do the glass hallway. Because why not? We have the exocraft of glass. Just full of it. Okay, not full of it, but with many of the things required to make the glass. Right, so we put the hallway there, and then there we're looking at the doorway, which from here is where we can go to basic components, metal, and it still doesn't want to snap. It must be this type of door that it doesn't want to do that with, right? Let's try the other door. Perhaps it's the glass hallway it doesn't like. You know what? Let's get rid of all of that, and let's just go straight for the winning combination. And a regular door. Oh, it's got a support there. Could that be part of it? It looked like it turned green for a moment, but I don't think... Oh, it's just a wall onto a hallway. No door required. Ah, I see. Okay. Okay, now I'm understanding how this works. Let's test if we can just go to a wall from here, which we see we cannot. Okay, so now we go to a glass hall. Like this. And now from the hallway we're able to go wall. And now floor panel. And now we begin our deck with ferrite dust, which is so much easier to come by. And we get rid of these, because why would we do that? do I want this to be? If we try to put storage, now I know storage attaches to hallways, I've been told and I've been shown. It appears like it also wants to snap onto other things, but it doesn't really, does it? No, you need like a legitimate hallway, which... we'll have to go look at that. So once those oxygen harvesters are full, we'll harvest them, we won't refill them, we'll dismantle them all, and we'll replace them out here onto our open-air deck. Which, if that's the case, can we get some... what can we get here? Yeah, a short metal wall, I think. That's appropriate. I do like that. This is nice. Now, I've considered using other materials besides the metal, but it is a factory. I think metal's appropriate. We are going to start to colorize it. But I think we are going to stick with the metal for the time being. I like the way it looks. It says factory to me. And, glass panel on the floor. Ooh. Why would I do that other than it looks neat? Perhaps we'll put a light down there. Oh, yeah. Like a big stand-up light, sort of. Is this maybe like a garden thing? No. I think this is just where the lights go, right? Sure, why not? It's just where the lights go. Oh, look at that sky. Alright, let's head back inside. So we're getting our open-air deck situated. And while we're doing that... so we're going to need to take some of this ferrite dust back. Now over here is where we turn oxygen and condensed carbon into more condensed carbon. And thus we have this big assembly line. So from there what we do is we come up here. And these are going to be used for... once we process all this tetracobalt, these are going to be used for oxygen and magnetized ferrite, which we already know gives us our best transference into pure ferrite. Again, we're going to process all of this so that we can sell most of it. But probably not sell all of it. Alright, more rare earth element. Again with the rare earth element. So we need that pure ferrite. Pure, unadulterated, unprocessed ferrite. We got 4 of them running. Let's see how many of these we can get running at a time. Oh, more chlorine. It's okay, I accept these terms. It is money after all. We should have enough oxygen to run all of this with minimal concern. It's magnetized ferrite 248. Do we have anything that's more than that? Does not look like it. So that means we need to come down here and look at what's running magnetized ferrite, which I believe it was this one. No, that one's running indium. Ah, this one is. I think if we just run each and every one of these processes again, be in a good place. Look at that. All of that. And then from here, what we'll do is we'll just take this just to get it going. Yep, and let it keep running for another 250. Because then what we can do is we can say, take this magnetized ferrite, add it to that one. And then this magnetized ferrite and add it to the next one. After we process our tetracobalt, of course. And we still don't really have the refiners that we need to process all of the things at once that we want to process. There is more we could be processing. There are never enough large refiners, like, ever. Even when it feels like there are, you've been deceived. There are not. The real question is storage. So I'm thinking maybe this open air deck doesn't go here, because I feel like storage should line up the guts here. But there's not really a way to stair step down. Could put it underground. I wanted to stuff it into this building here. Let's see, maybe we take all this back. I know I don't like to make backwards progress, but inventory full, of course it is. Let's sell this chlorine, shall we? So first things first, let's see, the exocraft has no chlorine, so we're going to store 2 in there and 2 of the ionized cobalt in there, and then we're going to sell the rest of it that we have on us, ensuring that we've kept 500 of each for our high-capacity inventory when that time comes. So let us now sell all of that and all of that. It's another 1,000,000 units. I cannot complain about 1,000,000 units. That's interesting. No ionized cobalt for the door. Well, if you must be like that, and I'll take it back. Very good. Okay. I don't think these are really too massive of a deal for the time being, but we're going to keep running them anyways. Just going to process this one into dust, and then what we got here? More magnetized ferrite. That's fine. And this one should be more indium. Also fine. Those are 2 things we don't really want to run out of. Now, it's a rainbow. This is where I'm trying to work out how I want this to go. So, one of our options is to, let's make these hallways sort of curve into each other here and see where that puts us. Does that put us far enough away to do what I want to do? I don't believe it does. Because what I'm really looking for is for the storage to be sort of ingested into the center of this base in a way that it's not visible. Because it's unsightly. So let's see, if I go straight corridor, and then what? How far away is that? Oh, it's so difficult to judge the distance. I think if we go with just a large round room like... Hold on, it started to show me. That's not going to... No, that's not really how I want that to look. At all. So I think our only solution at this point is to go ahead and start doing more cuboid rooms like this until they connect in order to sort of close up the center of this building. And then we just need to figure out something for the roof, but there's not really... Are we going to give this building roof access? I'm a big fan of buildings having roof access. So let's see. If I go like... Well, we can go straight to the exocraft. Ugh, of course, the frigates put it on our freighter. I forgot! Okay, if we go straight to our exocraft, we have lots of pure ferrite stuff here. We can go ahead and take this stuff off. And start to work with it right now. Which I sort of was saving it, but... This one is going to be more oxygen and... Oh, no. Magnetized ferrite, right? Ferrite dust. Right. Exactly. It's only a 1 to 3. But we might as well use it up. The emerald. We do have a lot of emerald. More rusted metal we can process. Alright, and then once these finish up here, I'll go ahead and take this, and this is when we're going to go ahead and start processing that rare metal element to get as much pure ferrite as we can. So it's 200 per cuboid room. Realistically, we used a lot of pure ferrite doing this. So I can see where it's much beneficial to switch to the component type buildings, like what we were making our deck out of. Especially the wood, because it's just carbon. I can see the benefit. Like, I can very quickly and obviously see the benefit, but... I don't know if this is how I want to do this. This feels like sort of a waste. Let's go ahead and let's erase all of this. Because I don't know if I want to do that. Instead, What I want is for the tunnels to come out here. No, that's a little wide. No, that's not it. We want to curve inward in sort of this sharp capacity here. Do we want to be down one more from the top? We sort of do. What if we just curved here? What if I move that decoration? Right? And I remove these decorations. I knew better than to put the decorations up until I was happy with the placement of everything, because now what we want to do is to go here and then to curve again. And now let's see, where does that put us? Very close, so we want to extend one more. And that's where we'll put in this little glass hallway. Yep. Then we'll curve in. Then what we're going to do is straight. Okay, hold on. Let's do the same thing on this side so we can just meet up with it and then we don't have to guess. So we do the curved, the extra glass, the curved again, and then we just go right back to the straight corridor. We go straight. And it's connected. Nope, almost. Straight. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight corridor connections, and we really only need 5. So instead we're going to get rid of that and change it to this sort of cuboid room structure, yeah. And in this way we're going to help conceal our storage. Okay, so now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Equipment, Storage. We're just going to label it right on down the way here. So it's going to be... It's not snapping to the hallways. Oh, I bet they have to be like T intersections, don't they? Right, of course they do. Which is fine. That's an easy thing to change. Now, storage. Invalid position. Invalid position, but it can go there, but it can't go here. Why? Wait, it's saying I can snap onto the wall of this cuboid room, but not onto that wall? Okay. Perhaps we're not doing this properly. Alright, so what I want to do as an experiment is we're going to extend out one more block here. Like this. Then we're going to curve in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign cuboid rooms, right? Now, just as a test, if I wanted to throw storage up here, it says I can't put it, but I can put it there. What is happening? Okay, that's fine. So let's get rid of these, and instead, let's go straight corridor, and then a T, and then a straight. Nope. I don't know what happened to our straight corridor, but it's going to interfere with us. I'm willing to bet money. Storage 0. Why is that an invalid position? That is not, though. Neither is that. Neither is... Wait. That is not. That is not. That one is not. Is it because of standing inside of them? Hold on. If I get rid of this... Let me get rid of this. No, it's most notably rotate, 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 rotate. That is not the case at all. Huh. Let's step outside. I'd like to see what this looks like from the outside. So my goal is to put the storage here and then build over top of it, but it doesn't look like they want to let us do that. Okay, so from outside, this might be easier to visualize. If I say storage here, it says no, but storage here, it says yes. And that's because of its adjacency to the cuboid room, I'm guessing? Can I delete this and then... I'm sure I'm going to regret that. But now that works. But now, hold on. Okay, so the real test is if I put the storage here, boom, as I want it to be, and then can I put the cuboid room back here, boom. Okay, let's go investigate inside what that looks like, because you see what I'm doing is I'm trying to tuck these storage rooms into the base so they're not visible. So that would have been, what, this cuboid room we removed? No, it was that one. Is that even a... Oh, that's like a cuboid. That's like a solid block, isn't it? Interesting. Yeah, because it's down a level, so it would have been on this level. Okay. So then really what we end up with, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we want to go to a regular corridor or a glass corridor? I guess a regular corridor is prudent, right? And then we go glass in. Invalid position. That's fine. I don't need to know about the intricacies of why that position is invalid just yet, because it should be able to go right, and that's because of one block there in the way. All right, so then here's what we do. We're going to go back outside, and we should be able to build the whole thing from outside. Right? Exactly. That's why that didn't work. So we can switch you back to a glass corridor there, and then curved corridor. Voila. So then we're going to get rid of you and you and you. That's maybe going to cause an issue? I don't know. Let's see. No, it does not. Snap, and then 2, 3, 4. Are there only 4 connectors? Oh, it's 0 through 4, and then 1, 2, and then 5 through 9. No, we did this. We did it right. We did it right. 5, 6, 7, yep, 8, 9. And now we just have to build around this in a way that... Oh no. Are we not able to snap a cuboid room back there now? We can put one there, but we can't put one there. Is it because of the stairs? Let's remove those stairs. Right, so that's perfectly fine. Alright, hold on. Let's get back up inside and see what the damage is. Because obviously it wants to fight with us a little bit, and we're so close to getting this nailed down. Look at this. This is good. This is good, and we can color code each. So the way it works out is these 5 on this side. Now there's 6 planet types, so there should be one more, right? Yep, there's your desert, ice planet, solar planet, and then, or fire planet, and then the last one on the left here, number 4. No? Is it just the 5? There's 6 different types of planets. No, because one of these, it's 0. It's planet 0 is going to be... Yep, this one. Which we can take this out, and that, actually. It's just the star bulb and the paraffinium at this point. Which I guess we should really take the rest of that paraffinium and start repairing. Oh, you're out of range. Okay. Well, let us get back in range. Yeah, need to put a teleporter on the ship for sure. See if I can do that here. Oh, we don't have the magnetized ferrite. Really? I know we've got some of that kicking around. We have more emerald. Yup. Then we just gotta mix that with... was it ferrite dust? It was, wasn't it? Pure ferrite gives us chromatic metal. And ferrite dust gives us magnetized ferrite. Okay. Sometimes you gotta grind it till you find it to find the right little recipe that you're looking for. I think over here we'll do the last of the emerald, because I don't see a reason to hold on to that. It's sort of just taking up space. Really, we want it as magnetized or pure ferrite. Ferrite dust isn't really helping us. I mean, it will once we start doing, you know, other components, but it's easy to turn things into ferrite dust. We could just make rusted metal out of pure ferrite. There we go. Now you make magnetized ferrite. Really, it's just a giant ferrite farm is what this is. It's all various types of metal processing. That's why it's a factory. Alright, let's get this rusted circuit out of here. And I do that because I know for a fact this is where I want to install the teleport receiver. And then, we want to get this stuff out of here, right? No, we do. So I can put the enriched carbon to the starship. And I can put this to the Colossus. We don't need to hold on to this stuff. Okay. Come back over here. I'm going to steal all of the paraffinium out of this thing. So we can hopefully repair a few more things on the starship. Still out of range. Curious. Okay, so we got 410 here. And then we got another radiation leak here. It's so close to being fully repaired. We still don't have the magnetized ferrite. Huh? Did I not take magnetized ferrite out of these? I swear that I did. Oh, I used it to fix the other rusted circuits in the technology slot. That's right. So let's see. All we have now are 2 radiation leaks and a 3rd radiation leak. So really, paraffinium is the only thing holding us up at this point. everything else, and our hauler is going to be able to hold all of these goodies just fine. So let's put the basic stuff up there, the more complex stuff down here. This is all ore. This should come to our inventory. This is... okay. There you go. There you go. Like this, like that, like this, and like that. That looks good. Oh, that looks good. And so let's go see what else we have here. Because these other storage containers are getting emptied out. So we've got, yeah, all of this is coming out. So let's see, we can start moving this geodesite to the starship. And the enriched carbon. And that's that. The organic catalyst can go to the starship. The Geknip? Why am I holding on to this? Just for fun? We can grow our own Geknip now, so I... What does Geknip actually require to make? Hold on. See, I thought we had a recipe for Geknip. I don't know if I want to let that go just yet. Let's move that to the Colossus. Alright. Next storage container is going to be, yep, chromatic metal. That's number 2. Oh, we can't really see the numbers on them this way. Yeah, we're going to have to color code them then. Look at all of this. So let's send all of this to the starship. You know, we have other ships on our freighter stacked up full of these types of resources as well. We're going to have to take care of. Get them all to process over to our harvester, or to our hauler, rather, not our harvester. This way we can figure out what exactly we need to make some of these higher tier items. Our starship is jam-packed full of goodies now. Look at it all. Wow. I don't know if we need that much geodesite, and I think we can process this into platinum. So let's go ahead and we'll grab one of those, and then we'll take this iridesite, and then these quad servos. They're going to get moved over to the Colossus, I think, for now. I don't really have a need for them just yet. Oh my goodness, so much to figure out. Okay, but at this point we have our storage hallway set up. And now we can start to build around it, because the goal is to have the other half of the building look more like a living quarters. And then have the storage fully closed up, and then... let's see, if I delete this, and I say, hey, give me a cuboid room, and then give me one here, and then here, right? Look at this. So then if I say I want a cuboid wall, would it go here? How peculiar. These things don't snap to cuboid rooms, but the cuboid rooms snap around them. So, but then we're looking at the storage, and the whole goal was to hide the storage. I don't know if I like that. The bottom line is we're going to need a lot more pure ferrite to get this sorted. What we could do is we could go cuboid room down. No, because then we're looking at storage on that side. Yeah, it might just have to be that these little storage hallways are separate from everything else. Which I kind of wanted them to be tied together. I just don't know of a good way to do that. So what we might do then is go right back to our original process, which was going to be to put hallways on top, and we just build around everything that way. First, let's get these stairs back up so we can get up to the top. Yep, and then here we are. So up here is where we had our hallways originally planned, and we're going to go back to that. Like this, and then it doesn't really put us up even with it. That puts us even with the hallway, so then it would take one more, and then another curve, and now that's going to match up with the other place. So now if we do a cuboid room like that, boom. So let's go look at that from the outside, because I think what the goal of that's going to be... Oh, I don't know if I want these hallways in the middle to be glass. Hold on a minute. I think I might want these to be regular hallways. Right, a nice little straight corridor like that. Or we could go with the T intersection. Right. And then here we get the glass hallway, because there we're going to do the biodome on the other side. Or we do the regular cylindrical room. It branches out with a biodome on either side. Is that even going to be feasible? Let's step outside and see what we're working with here. Because I think at this point it's going to start getting a little bit out of control. But I know we're going to want to grow things here in-house. It's not going to be enough to teleport back to the other places every single time. Right, so we're going to double hallway over like that. We can use solid cuboid rooms to block this up. And then this building on the other side, then all we have to do is put a roof over it and give ourselves some sort of roof access. Which again, I do like roof access, I just don't know how the best way to do it would be. I need that pure ferrite. Well, we're freeing up that inventory now. Somewhat, actually. Only somewhat. We've got this little remainder of dioxide. Really? I don't... That's not what I want at all. Get rid of that. The oxygen could go to high-capacity inventory, so could the cobalt. Paraffinium, condensed carbon, nope. So we could process more of this chloride and cobalt, tetracobalt, chloride lattice and tetracobalt in order to get it out of our inventory. Got all of this magnetized ferrite processing down here. And we're making more rust. Let's do that. I think we'll process all of this, we'll get it out of our inventory. And then we can sell all the extra. I mean, I would just destroy it for the time it takes, but really if I process it all, it is going to be worth a couple million units. And I think a couple million, we're not quite rich enough to scoff at 2 million units or so. That's a significant little chunk. I think there will be a day where we scoff at 2 million units, but just not now. Now, the geodesite and the iridesite, I think, are really awesome things. I feel like I kept them because they refine into cool stuff as well as make cool stuff. Yeah, so the geodesite becomes platinum, and the iridesite becomes platinum. 250 per. That's spiffy. I like that. Well, that's not how we're going to use it right now. That is something to keep in your hip pocket, because if you can get geodesite or iridesite from your frigate missions, that's a lot of nanites you can process if you're willing to sit there and micromanage them in the refiner like we're doing here. Okay, so let's send 500 of you to the Colossus and 500 of you to the Colossus, and then we sell. And we sell all the rest of the chlorine and the ionized cobalt in our inventory on the market. It's taking us a little bit of work, for certain, to get to the point where we can start manufacturing items for a lot of money, but what we're doing in getting our inventory sorted is actually pretty invaluable. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy this paraffinium again, just because we're so close to knocking that out. Look at that. So we'll hold on to the iridesite here like this. Look at that inventory getting squared away. $25 tritium. What are you doing to me? 38 carbon. We need to gather some more of that. Mordite, 73 Mordite. We'll spend that. That's not going to be wasted. Navigational data. I don't think we need much of that anymore, but I'm hesitant to get rid of it. And the starship can hold, what? We'll give it 2 more iridesite, I think. Yeah, it's holding a lot of geodesite currently, so this way we're only holding on to a little bit of each. If we go to trade items, that geodesite and iridesite is for stepping up to certain tiers of items. Like, yeah, the fusion igniter and the stasis device. Right, so that's where those items are used. And so the odds that we're going to use that many of them, I mean, if we do need that many of them, that's killer, because that means we're making the best things possible. But otherwise, I think it's pretty safe to process them into platinum. The big one is going to be the quantum processor, because that's the one we need to make both of these items. And of course, we've already determined that that is a circuit board, which is cactus, flesh, star bulbs, and oh, we can make fusion accelerant on us right now. Oh, hold on, because I'm already looking like we can start to make things and throw them together. So if we go fusion accelerant, then we can jump right to oh, more hot ice? Oh my goodness, what are we doing? Okay, let's make some hot ice. And then another portable reactor, right? Now the hot ice is for the cryo pump, which I think we can make more of those. And at that point, let's see, semiconductor, organic catalyst, cryogenic chamber, that's living glass. Living glass we've already determined is a lubricant and 5 glass, which copyright and gamma root. So that's something we're going to have to make by hand. That's gamma root. Alright. I don't know how much more of this I necessarily want to make right now. But if we free up extra space on our starship, that is going to make me feel better. In fact, we should do that. So let's make... Yes, we'll do another fusion reactor, and we don't have the liquid explosive. That's the one that's tough to make. We can't just make with what we have. It's not tough, but it's going to take... what? Acid and unstable gel, which we don't have either of, so then we can make some hot ice. Okay, so we've made 5 hot ice. I think that's probably good, and then we can send the iridescite to the starship. Boom, there we go. We made room for it. This is a bit much. We're gonna have to sort it out, and we also have the ships on our freighter that might have more of those items that we're gonna have to get sorted out, but we're getting there. And then, of course, the Colossus has a lot of our frost crystal, our glass, pure ferrite waiting to be made, and then so much chromatic metal it hurts. I don't even know what to do with that much chromatic metal. Let's figure out the things that are taking up space that shouldn't be, like that little bit of mortite and that little bit of tritium versus 2 stacks of ionized cobalt and 2 stacks of chlorine. All right. So now we have our storage section laid out in our base. It's a bit of a slow, methodical process. Let's see if I do this. I could make this like a tower. Then is that how I want to do it? How many biodomes do I want in this area is the question. And what do they cost to make? All of these things are things I'm going to have to think about. That's 5 glass and magnetized ferrite. That's fairly easy. Now I could attach 1 to each, so we get 3 spokes of 3. 1 up top. I could give it a foundation if I just wanted it to look like it was supported. That is fairly up high, and then we could almost do the same thing here. See, but then you have to go to all these different places, right, to grab the plants, and it was kind of nice. I did like in Steve Ruth's base how all the plants were just together. They were just all there. I don't necessarily want to do it the exact same way, but I like the thought of what we're going to harvest is all right there. Or perhaps that defeats the purpose of the outposts. We have outposts that have all the plants planted on them. Perhaps that is the smartest way to do it. And all of this is doing here is duplicating our efforts and reinventing the wheel. And who wants to do that? Who wants to reinvent the wheel? It's already a really good invention. It doesn't really need us to add to it any. here, and you can't even see the storage except for a little tiny bit, and it's practically hidden. That's pretty slick. Maybe we'll do the living quarters down here. I don't know, but looking at the time, that's where we're going to wrap things up, because I don't want to start going over an hour, and I think we already have. This has been episode 151 for No Man's Sky. Thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you've had a good time watching, because as always, I have had that good time playing. Be sure to come back next time as we hopefully get a lot more construction on our base done. I might even do a little bit of this resource gathering off camera, but I'm reticent to do that because I know that some people have not seen the refiner magic, and of course for new people to show up and just wonder where I got all these resources from. I don't know. We might do some of it off camera. Not too much though. But until next time, take care.